Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, back on my favorite part of the week. It is Friday, 6 o'clock, and it's time for the round table. I am Leonardo Garcia from Dynasty Legacy Group, also known as Mr. Get Off the Bench himself. And I am just your co-host, the one and only, our very own over here, over here. She's on location today. That is our host, Miss Sandra. And the B is for Brooks. All right. And we have our guests today, August and V Honest. For those of you that are reading, it's just like saying be honest. Just put a B, V Honest. They're here for us. And today we're going to hear about business partners or power struggle, the unadulterated truth. Woo, guys, I've worked with these two before and it is nothing but fireworks. But before I speak, I want to give it over to our one and only Miss Sandra B.
What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. I am coming to you live from the state of Florida. I am out of town on business, but I'm still here to bring out a round table as promised every Friday at 6 o'clock. So I'm excited about our guests for tonight. We got the Jocks. Okay, if y'all don't know them, y'all getting ready to learn today. So I'm gonna let them tell y'all more about themselves because can't nobody do it better than them. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Well, ladies first.
Now, so I don't see anybody.
No problem. We're gonna let Vianna's go first. Or should I go first?
Are y'all still here?
We are.
We are.
She's having
it here, and the struggle is real already, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are with us, the struggle is real already. They're already starting. Woo! This is gonna be a good one. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
Okay, my name is August Jacques. For those who don't know, I was born in Haiti, and I came to the U.S. So I've never been to Ohio. I've been to Ohio. Should I go into the animals? No, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to get started. But I come from a Haitian background, and I had strong parents that instilled value, integrity, and character in me. Basically, I have a background in finance. I was a stockbroker for a while. Didn't like that. Then I went into financial. My background is very varied. All I can say is that I've done a lot. I'm going to give you one tidbit of my background in terms of telling you how I started selling. Back in the day, I sold the Teflon pans out of the back of my car. I had to make some money, you know. I had kids, so I put like $150, 150 pans in the back of my car. I went out to the longest strip of stores you could think about, and I was the guy that was selling the pans for $10, and I was getting $3 per box. I sold all $150 because I had to make money, and I couldn't come home without making some money. But anyway, saying that, financial has been my how can I say my passion. This is my second marriage. I have 3 kids with my first wife, and we are the best of friends. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but guess what? Through maturity and understanding yourself, we are the best of friends. Just as how best of friends we are, she was at our wedding when we got married. So some people be like, what? Yes, it does happen. It does happen, okay? And I met my lovely wife back in 2009 at a business conference. And I thought she was, her business mind was on point. I love a smart woman. And I like to say that she saw me, she came up to me, and I was like, okay, I'll give her the time of day. But that was back in 2009.
I think he hurt himself with one of those Teflon pans, or maybe he was cooking on it too much, and the things, the residue just absorbed into the food.
Maybe I did, but sometimes the memory gets foggy, right? But I have to say that it's been It's been God sent that we have like mind, business sense, and we started life together with our 5 kids, blended kids, children, and all I can say is that it's been a crazy ride, a roller coaster ride, but I wouldn't get off the train. I'm gonna stop right there and let her, tag you in. So go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Hi, I'm Be Honest. And Sanja, thank you for the phonetics. I think Sanja's having some Wi-Fi issues.
Just having a little technical difficulties, but
Yeah.
I'm here. I got you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to
from
hook up to the
no
Wi-Fi.
worry. So I am from the Bronx, New York City.
Ooh.
I born and raised, but one positive thing about growing up in New York City is that you have great exposure, all different cultures, all different classes, all different walks of life. So I appreciate growing up in New York. I moved to Pennsylvania to attend law school. When I was 9 years old, I asked my parents and grandparents who made more money, a teacher or a lawyer. And they said, an attorney, of course. So I decided at 9 that I was going to be an attorney because I said I would never be poor. And as a result of that, that I studied, went to boarding school for high school through the ABC program, A Better Chance, um, and then also went to an Ivy League college. And when I was choosing law schools, I wanted an inner city experience, but not New York necessarily. Um, and so I chose Pennsylvania because the cost of living was less than New York City. So I came here, attended law school full time initially, and then realized I was miserable. I mean, it made me so unhappy. So I decided after working my first summer with the EEOC and speaking with my supervisor, and I asked her, well, are you happy? And she said, well, if I had the choice to do it again, I would have become a journalist, but now I'm in debt. So if you're second guessing, maybe you should take a step back. So I was going to quit law school, and actually the dean of the law school suggested I just take a leave of absence, which I did. I took a year off, and with me taking a year off, I went to work full time, went back to law school in the evening. So I do not practice law. I just use the skills. Fast forward, August stated this is our second marriage. I have 2 boys biologically. They are young men now. They're both in their 20s. So we have 5 children blended from age 35 to 20, soon to be 21. And we had to figure out what to do together.
Yes.
Because we both had our own businesses. Mine was a consultant business. I started using the skills from law school for business while in law school, helping organizations obtain their 501c3, helping organizations obtain their LLCs and corporations, etc. And that's kind of how that business started. And so when we got together, we had to figure out what could we do together. And so we said, oh, it's a real estate. We said, oh, we both did that. So eventually we'll get back into real estate, but no. He said, well, was it financial? I said, I'm not sure. And, so it took us some time. And, some people know our story, but the Lord gave us some witty inventions. And so we are patented inventors. But we had to figure out what we could do to bring money in the household together. And in 2015, I joined August in the financial arena.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Now, let me start this and you can ask your questions.
Why, thank you for giving me
Well, thank
permission
you. We
on
got a
our
new host.
platform.
Because this will start the question. So I started in the insurance industry again. I had my company prior that I met Giannis, and we said, let's work together. So now I had to train my wife as an insurance agent. And you can imagine if you ever train somebody, first, this is how it is. This is what we got to do. Follow me. We go into a household. We had to, do the presentation and everything. And, it went well. Then we got back into the car. She goes, why didn't you ask this question? Why didn't you do this? I mean, like, why didn't you concentrate on the wife? Why not the husband? And I'm like, hold on. Who's training who here? So saying that, it taught us, okay, like, we got to find a medium because somebody's walking home. Somebody's getting put out of the car.
Oh, no. No.
That existed
The
back then.
Uber lift did not lift yet.
They didn't exist back
So stating that, you could imagine how it started and the fireworks. It's like, you go to this house. I'm sitting in the car, Oh, so you think so? Now you can ask your questions.
We're saying power struggle. I want to thank you both for being here today because this is it's so funny. For the people that don't know, you guys, like, I just met Vianis, but I've actually had the pleasure of knowing August for a while, and I'm surprised that he's actually like had to train Vianis, his wife, because the way I met August is he didn't even want to train his daughter. Okay, so
man,
I'm able to say that, and I want to say hi to her because she's actually laughing. How you doing, Carol? She's here. So I hope you can see Sonia, all the people that are with us now, right? Because I know you always give a shout out and say hello to them. So before we start, let them know that you can see them here. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I found the Wi-Fi, guys. So I should be good now. No, I was in and out earlier. What's up, Takira? What's up, Natasha? We got, is that Kara?
Kara.
That's
Kara.
Kara.
Hi, Kara, and welcome. And we got my brother Q Kwali. What's up? If y'all watching, make sure you are subscribed if you have not already. We're still trying to get to our first cash giveaway. Share the live, tune in, because as you see, we have some awesome guests up here tonight. And we're going to get right into the questions because we want to hear, if we want y'all to vote. Do y'all think these are business partners, or do you think we're looking at a power struggle couple? We want y'all to tell us.
I got my vote. This is like the odd
already.
Listen,
No, you're biased.
she's already taking half the screen already, so I have to kind of always nudge in.
All right, here we go. This is not an act. Everybody watching, I want you to know this is not an act, and we got the first question for you. Running a business with your spouse, honestly, how do you keep personal issues from interfering with business decision? Does it ever get messy?
Oh yeah.
Well,
it got so messy to the point where it's like, this is your side of the bed. Don't touch me. Keep your cold feet to yourself. Okay? I mean, you better, like, don't look at me. We're going to put a pillow between each other. Yes, it gets messy. And so I just told you how messy it is. But saying that, that's when you really have to start having a conversation first. What are you doing? Why are we doing this? You must have a vision. You must have a plan. But the most important thing, 3 things: respect, right? And men and women are different. Communication. Do not devalue the other person's intelligence.
Oh, we already know there's a lot of intelligence in the house. We got a lawyer, a person that's in sales that made it. I
Right.
mean,
So
Woo!
yes, it gets messy, but at the same time, that's the whole point about business and relationship. Forget the business part. The relationship is messy in itself
Mm.
Okay, we got
because
enough from you. Be honest. I like to hear your voice.
Lots of prayer. Lots. Yeah,
Prayer
you know,
things.
it is. It is. So early on in our relationship, I remember speaking to other couples who were in business and asking them how do they make it work. And some of the best advice, in addition to prayer, is know your boundaries. If you set boundaries, listen, business ends at this time. Okay, we've worked all day together, and now it's time for you to take me on a date. Like that, we have to shut it off. We have to shut off always talking about business because we're friends and we're in a relationship with one another. And if our relationship is only based on business, then we lose the intimacy.
Mm.
And so we learned that early in this business because I recognized that we didn't know where that dividing line is. Good for us, it happened before COVID. But I can only imagine people who did not have that type of relationship before COVID, and then you're thrown in and everybody's home at the same time. I wonder what the divorce rate was after COVID. Seriously.
Mm.
Because by the time COVID came along, we said, oh, we know this theme music. We've lived this experience. And so even during COVID, we said, okay, we're going to work to a certain time and then that's it. Now it's time to have fun. Now we joke and we laugh and all of those things, but that's how we learn, set that boundary ahead of time. And if you haven't done it yet, do it. Set a boundary. Hey, every Thursday is date night. At 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, no more business talk. Now, he likes to still talk business after those times, right?
1 o'clock in the morning.
Right? Yeah. And
Somebody told me after 9 was booty call time.
Listen, what I'm talking, it's just like, this is rated R, right? This is like rated R. It's just like, talk to me that business. You're turning me out.
So we literally bringing business into the bedroom.
Sometimes, yes.
Hey.
What do you really think?
right, because he is a visionary, he gets these downloads at random times. So sometimes I have to say, hold on, let me get the recording and just have him record it.
Oh, wow. So we got business in the bedroom. We got video cameras in the bedroom.
No. Listen now.
Audio recording.
We don't want that edit.
Yeah.
To say you got video in the camera.
No.
Okay.
I can't wait to see the shorts from this episode. So let's go to question 2 because you're getting dangerous.
Okay.
Audio recording.
Audio record. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question.
Your votes.
Second question.
Just for the record, you cannot say things like he's a visionary. Let me get the camera. That doesn't work in the same segment. I'm just letting you know.
Words in between. I thought there were enough words in between.
Okay. Second question, please.
Second question. When disagreements arise in business, how do you decide who gets the final say? Does one of you naturally take charge or is it a power struggle?
Okay. I could say this is that's when the respect comes into play. Right? Because you have to listen to that person and hear what he or she has to say. And now hear the other part, because the main thing is that both parties have important things to say. You can't discount the other person, because now what you're doing, shutting that person down. Because if you're not going to listen to me, then why do I matter? And now all of a sudden, having that attitude, you have now alienated that person, you shut that person down, and now you want to value their opinion, but you didn't listen to me. So you have to be able to agree to disagree. Because just like if you're a leader, you got to listen to the people that you work with.
Right.
Right? So I'm gonna stop right there. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Oh, that was so sweet.
Very well. He answered well.
Well, thank you.
For the business part of it, because we're business partners, we do discuss it. When it comes to the home part of it, my even though I may disagree, I will normally go with what he's saying, unless I strongly know in my spirit, like this is not the will of God for this situation. So then we have code words. So I'll say things like, you need to listen to your wife.
That's not a code word.
Oh no, he knows that's code. No, that's a code for no, stop and really listen.
Okay.
Like so we can be, he can say, no, I really believe we're doing it this way, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, you need to listen to your wife. So we've learned that that's a way for him to say, wait, maybe what I'm saying isn't the way we should go.
Well, or you could say when your parents call you by your full government name.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, oh. So, but that's the whole point. And then just to add this, and we will go to the next question, is you cannot be so dogmatic in your views that it's my way or the highway.
That's both ways.
I got a comment for you. August, it's not a kid show, but your daughter's watching and she wanted you to know that she wants you to keep it PG-13. She does not want to envision cameras, voice recording, or know about your vision on YouTube.
That was my bad.
Is watching.
I'll say that was my bad. I'm sorry, Kara.
Yeah, she does have a 1-year-old plus, so just in case,
right?
She's watching. We're like, what?
My granddaughter's gonna say, wait, what?
Your grandparents are some outstanding, well-behaved citizens.
Okay.
Yes. Who came out as
very modest,
right?
Conservative.
Ooh, we got a good one. Ooh,
pick one, Leo.
What's the biggest mistake you've seen couples make when structuring their businesses, and how did you avoid it?
You could go first this time.
Oh.
I said this time.
Okay. Oh, that's a loaded question. That is a very good question. I help people structure their businesses, and who is a part of your business? Being in business is a marriage, and being in marriage is like being in business. They equate and they parallel in a lot of ways. And so when you're in your relationship with somebody, who are you letting in that relationship? Because people have a tendency to have opinions and may influence what you and your spouse are doing, saying, etc. And then you guys may reconcile, and of course everybody else has not caught up to you, and they're still holding a grudge against your spouse. Okay, so in business, it's very similar. Who is in your ear? Who are your business partners? Is it just you and your spouse? So if you're structuring it and it's just you and your spouse, then that legal structure will play out. God forbid one person passes away before the other. Who does the business go to? Well, obviously it's the spouse. That's a little different than when you have other family members who are involved, or other business partners are involved. So one of the things we read a lot, and we read about legacy or succession planning. When you have a business with anybody, whether it's your spouse or any partner, you have to have a succession plan in place. Who takes over when one person leaves? And I think that may be one of the biggest mistakes people don't consider, not necessarily initially in structuring, having everything written out, what the percentages are, all of those things. You can get guidance because if you're talking to someone who's helping you structure your business, they're going to ask you those questions. Well, what are the percentages breakdown? You know, those things. But what they don't normally tell you is, who does the business go to? God forbid one person passes away, or somebody wants to leave the business.
Now, if you start, now let's take it back. If you're in business, who's CEO, who's COO, are you guys partners? Who's going to do what? So you must talk about how it's going to be structured and what is your skill set.
Right.
Like if somebody, like Deanna is good with numbers and books. Even though I was handling my own finances before her, I said, listen, you got this, right? So I'm more into the visionary. I'm more into, you know, going to sales, talking to people, bringing new clients in. So now it's like we have our roles and we know what to do. Do not micromanage the other person. If she's handling the checkbook, it's not like all of a sudden, where did the money go? No, you're gonna have a set time to talk about the, you know, assets, liabilities, who paid what, et cetera, but you can't now be CEO, COO, CFO, secretary. Now all of a sudden you become a dictatorship. So I hope we answered that.
You guys got good communication and balance and a great deal of humor. It's funny because we see you guys all the time, and it's like when one of you is hosting a call is like the Odd Couple. People would think if they're outside looking in and don't get to know you guys, they were like, are they fighting? Are they playing? I don't even know what's going on right now. Ooh, August is not sleeping on the bed today.
Well, we call it, I like to say it's verbal ping pong.
Verbal ping pong.
You got to have a partner that can hit the ball back.
That's right.
Ooh, oh.
Right? Because what good is it if you keep on acing the ball? It gets boring.
That's right.
So go ahead.
Okay.
Is that the one you were going to put next? Or there you go.
Okay, my bad. So how do you handle it when one business is thriving and the other is struggling? Does this create tension between your individual ventures?
No, and I'm going to use this, and it's kind of PG-13. It's maybe PG-13 and a half, but let's go. I like to say, where's my money? Did you make my money? Not her money. Did you make my money? Right? But this is the part about supporting each other. Because if you are in a relationship, in a business together, if one business is thriving, then you know something? Be that person's cheerleader.
That's right.
Because then if she's making more money, then that will allow you to now see where you could take some of the funds to help your business. More money in the household, right? If she's making $1 million, am I going to be home cooking? Maybe, but I'm going to say, what else can I do? Because, you know, like, I'm not no stay-at-home dad, but, you know, like, some people have to do that. But that's when now you need to know how to support the other person so your partner can survive and grow.
So you guys have different ventures, right?
Yes.
And you also work together on a certain venture, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're also you're going to be beat up. I don't know what told you, August, to have so many women supporting you, but they want to correct you all the time. It's not your money, it's our money. It's our money.
No, that's absolutely correct. And I'm glad they are listening because, you know, because now it is our money. And that's the whole point too, is that whatever you bring, it's our money. Whether it's her company going first, my company going first, or the collaboration, it's the household money.
So we've money's a hot topic.
Yes, it is.
Okay. We have our individual accounts, but we have cards to each other's accounts. I have
my bank account.
And I have a card to.
She has her bank account.
And he gets a card.
And we have the household bank account.
Yes. And so sometimes, because I'm doing the accounting, and I'll say, hey, I'm going to need to take X amount from your account. Do you have anything coming out? Or he'll say, hey, listen, I don't want something to overdraft. I'm going to need you to Zelle me X amount of dollars. I'm like, oh, okay, what is it for? Now, I'm not just like, oh, okay. Yes, ultimately it's okay, but okay, what is it for? You know, maybe we can, because I'm always in problem solving mode. So we don't, we had to learn that probably from the first marriage, right? So the second marriage. So you learn a few things. You have to let a man be a man. I can't count every dollar in his pocket. Boy, do I want to. Because sometimes we'll have the same amount of money and I will still have my money. But I'm a multiplier, right?
I'm a spender.
There you go. So
that is strange. It's usually the other way around.
So
no, but I have my toys.
Yes. So as a result of that, we
let's keep it clean now. Let's keep it clean.
So,
okay. All right. I'm talking about my toys, meaning electronics.
No. You don't need.
You know what I mean? I got my phone. I need the latest phone, the latest
August, you're not making it better. Quit.
No, because I don't want this to be cut and go, he got his toys. What toys is he talking about?
Yes.
You're the spender and she's the saver.
Yeah.
Let's just leave that there, because the more you think about electronic and phones and
Don't defend yourself.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You got me. You got me. Okay, good.
here we go. Is there ever a risk of losing your identity as individuals when running a business together? How do you maintain independence? You know, and that's a very big question. Like, I know a lot of people in business together, and then I got people that I know that are in business, but like the wife just plays a role. With you two guys, there is no like, I'm the salesman, you're the back office. It's you guys, depending when I catch you and what we're talking about, someone is always in the front. It's not together. So this is an interesting question for me with you guys.
Go ahead.
Okay. Fair enough. It is an interesting question. You have to be secure in yourself as a man.
As a man, not a woman. Interesting.
Let me tell you, because men, and I'm not saying it's not the other way around, but I'm a woman in this scenario, expressing what has happened. I've been in relationships where the man is very oppressive because he's not secure. Right? And so he wants you to shine, but not outshine him. August is very secure in his manhood. So as when we met, in fact, August had to say to me, you can't be in the background always. But I became a background person because of my first marriage. So because he saw some things in me that he's like, no, you're going to have to be in the forefront. And I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I'll just help you. So there has to be some security. Yes, I felt like in my first marriage, I did lose my identity. And my ex-husband ran businesses, he did. And I still had my own business, but because he was not secure, he was always trying to oppress, suppress. You get it, right?
It became competition for no reason.
Right. I knew relationships were work, but relationships should not be hard work. Okay?
Wait. Say that for the people in the back. Bring it back. Come rewind. Relationships should be work, but they should not be hard work.
Hard work. If you are constantly butting your head, okay, something's going on. Something's wrong.
Right.
In my new book, and I write how you can. People say, "Oh, you can't fit a square peg in a round hole." Yes, you can, but you have to keep compromising the peg. You have to keep making it so small that it can fit in a hole. So every time you try to fit that square peg, you as a square peg in a round hole, you've already compromised yourself to such a point to fit in. So you're right. It is easy as a woman to lose your identity. I'm not saying that men don't, but it's usually the case where it's the woman who is suppressing her intellect, right? Oh, I could play dumb very easily. I mean, I'll just keep my mouth shut. I'm like, okay, I can do it. And most women can. Most women can play dumb, even though we're not.
August won't let you. I seen it in person. I seen August say, babe, go show that math thing. Go. And you went on the board, you were like, and he was like,
right. And so what she said is that, as I was saying, is, when my first marriage ended, I had to go and to find out who August is. So I had to learn what happened, what mistakes did I do, how can I improve myself. So if I were to meet another woman, I will be prepared and don't make the same mistakes that I did before, right? That's why a man must know who he is. You must stand for something. You must have integrity. You must have character. So that way, when you stand up, you know who you are. So when you meet a woman that's going to compliment you, you are not intimidated by her intelligence.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I never seen this side of August. Oh,
right. So now you're not going to lose yourself if you know who you are. There are many couples out there that have their own successful businesses, right? But you don't try to integrate yourself into that business because now you want to ride on her coattail and now you're going to become CEO because I'm the man, right? Wow. And now when you're doing that, that woman now feels, okay, I should let him be the lead because that's what it says. I need to take a back seat because that's what I'm supposed to do. And now you start to, that your partner start to become very resentful of you. Mm-hmm. And now when things starts to crumble, you wonder what happened.
Mm-hmm. That's deep. Hope y'all taking notes.
All you people that are entrepreneurs, because it seems to be that entrepreneurs end up with entrepreneurs. I haven't seen I don't have an example of a very successful 9-to-5er with an entrepreneur. It somehow ends up where entrepreneurs just understand each other's struggle. So,
but you also don't come across a lot of couples that do have their own businesses and actually make it work. Like they seem to really have, well, I mean, y'all are here, so I'm not gonna talk about you in third person. Y'all seem to really have a great balance of intimacy and entrepreneurship between the two, and y'all communicate well and y'all set boundaries and y'all keep it separate and bring it together when necessary and y'all work it out. So, I mean, I love it. This is definitely my type of relationship goals, because if my husband is not an entrepreneur, we still have to have that same concept. We still have to, he has to understand what I do. I have to understand his role. We have to communicate. We have to set boundaries. It's the same thing, but to make it work when you both are such like strong-minded individuals, that's a blessing. That's a blessing within itself.
Right. Well, also nobody seems to just be like, it's almost like you actually look for each other's input. I mean, only because I've seen it. Like, I have the blessing of actually seeing you guys. Like, August would be working on something. Vianis has nothing to do with it. She's probably in the other room. And he's like, babe, what do you think about this? And she's like, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. I've been knowing the answer for 3 weeks. I don't want to get involved. Well, and she does.
Let me give you a perfect example, right? Suppose you are in the midst of a conversation with a business partner, a potential client, or whatever it is. You're so focused that you don't see things that you're not focused on.
Oh, wait, that's my expression.
Go ahead.
It's not my expression, but I write about that. You cannot read the label from inside the medicine bottle.
Well, you said that's your expression. Elaborate on that, because now I
Right.
want to know, because I heard book twice already. So go
I
ahead.
know.
You wait
Book
till the
drop.
end. Go ahead.
You cannot read the label from inside the bottle. You're inside the bottle. No matter what it's through your eyes, your perspective, you're inside the bottle. People who are outside can actually see what's happening. So as a couple, even when we're working on things separately, we value each other's input because I can't read the label. So August can come and say, you know what, they're taking advantage. I know you believe that you should give a discount, but that is beyond a discount. They're taking advantage. So he'll see things I don't see. Or it could be something he's doing. I'll say, I don't think that's not a good deal. So I'm not pulling his coattail in front of the people, or vice versa. But our perspectives matter, because when you're in the bottle, you can't read that label.
Wow. That almost answers the next question, Miss Sandra. B.
Which one? It does. It really does. It kind of answers both of those. That's what. Yeah. So, do you think it's easier to succeed in business as a couple, or does it create more challenges than it's worth?
So, wait. I got some of my input. So I have friends who are in business on their own, and one sister friend, she says to me, you have your husband. I wish I had someone. Very successful businesswoman, and very talented, very creative. And she'll call me. She says, "You have your husband," and I said, "Okay." So from her perspective, she believes it's better to be with someone, right? Now we're in business together, so it's great for us, but it's not great for everyone.
Right.
Some people's perspective will be different because maybe they are with a partner who is not supportive or feels intimidated, etc. So for us as a couple, we get to bounce things off of each other, okay? But we have an understanding. Also, because we put God first, and that has to be said. Our perspective also, we're looking at it from a godly perspective, right? People say, well, everyone has all kinds of opinions about submission. And when we counsel other couples, when they ask us, I tell them, as they see, they're like, well, you're very strong. I said, but it is my honor to submit to my husband.
Did you hear that?
he was waiting on that.
All right, wait, August. I'll do it for you. Bring it back. Come rewind. It is what?
It is my pleasure to submit to my husband.
That's
it is
right.
an honor to do that. Okay, that's the way that's really how I feel. This is truth. It's an honor to do that. Some people don't have a husband to submit to. Now, submission is not him putting his foot on my neck. It's not him oppressing me, because if you're doing it God's way, as a man, you love your wife as Christ loved the church. You love your wife like you love yourself, and your wife is going to respect you, right? If we're looking at the Bible. So that balance comes into play because we both understand the word and how to apply it to our marriage. Mm-hmm. And when we do not agree, you'll see there are times we don't agree. He'll say yes, I'll say no. And we'll turn around and say, well, that just means we haven't made a decision, right? Even in business. Somebody asks a question, we'll answer at the same time. He'll say no, I'll say yes. And I say, oh, that just means we haven't decided yet. And people have come to understand that until we come back and discuss it and have come with a decision, a unanimous decision. But we don't take it lightly. I don't take him for granted. And if we argue, we get to the point where we step away. we do not agree, we'll take. I know the scripture says, "Do not go to bed angry," but there are times we have to not speak about the matter for a few days.
Yes, we have a rule. Well, I set the standard. I set the rule only because I think it was best. If we disagree, we have a 24-hour cooling off period. We don't try to bash each other with, "Don't walk away from me." That's childish. That's control. Because if two people are having a disagreement, both people are yelling, no one's listening. And then you're gonna say words that you're gonna regret. You can't take back because you're gonna try to hurt her, and she try to hurt you. So 24 hours to cooling off and to come back. All right, listen, let's talk this out, right? So getting back to what she said, like it's better to see it as a couple, because now that means both of you are working together to achieve the goal.
Right.
And what better is it that when the goal is achieved, you can look back and you go, "Wow, we did it," right? It does not. The challenge is worth it, because that means that you have overcome all the obstacles, the darts, the he said, the Judases, and everything. But also, if you think about it, if you have kids and friends, they are watching you. Right. So you are an example to them that you can make it. You can have a dream. You can succeed your dreams because they're watching you. So if they're watching you always arguing, then they're going to argue. If they're watching you fighting, then they're going to fight.
If they're watching you always yelling,
then they're going to yell. Right? Now, if we go back to scripture, it says, "Have dominion over every living thing and creature." It does not say have dominion over the other person. So how can you have dominion over your wife when it does not say that? Now, talking about submission, she submit to me, I submit to her. It's a mutual respect. Again, if you respect me, you love me. If you love me, you respect me.
And let me just add this.
You're deeper than I thought, August. Look at this, man.
Yes. He likes to laugh and joke, but yes, I love this brain. So let me say this. Yeah. So
I said, pull out the camera tonight.
Yeah.
Had to say it. I'm sorry.
You opened the door.
I did. She's walking in.
Look, you got a comment for that comment.
That's right, Takira.
So most women express being hurt as attitude. Most men express being hurt as anger. If you learn your mate and they come to you, if a woman comes to you and she has an attitude, she's hurt about something. If a man comes to you and he's angry, he's hurt about something. So a lot of times, if you understand the psychology behind that, when we take that 24-hour break, it gives me time for me, I'll seek the Lord. And I'm going to tell you, when the Holy Spirit says, don't say anything, I've learned not to say a thing because I mess it up. We end up arguing more. It just spirals. So there's something in it if he's angry that I've hurt him in some way. And I haven't recognized what it is. Maybe I'm micromanaging because I do that, right? Maybe I'm being controlling. I do that, So, but in the same way, when I have an attitude about something and we come back later and I'm like, no, that hurt me when you said these things, right? He didn't necessarily know that was hurtful to me. So I just wanted to share just a little bit of perspective. Sometimes when like I said, if you're reading the label, you got to know what's happening inside that bottle.
Right. And just to add on just a little bit on that is that you have to understand the person that you are with. That means you need to study that person. The mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they act, their moods, You know what I mean? Because you could pick up that subliminal message that she's trying to give to you, because sometimes they can't express themselves. And because they can't express themselves, they want you to know what they're not saying. And then you scratch your head like, I don't understand. But in a way, you are supposed to. So that's the whole part about you must know your mate, you must know your friends. Even when you talk about business, if you're in business with somebody and you're spending time with them, you know when they're off. You know when something is not right. So you being the person that, and it doesn't mean you are bigger, you go, hey man, what's up? What's going on? Listen, let's put the business aside. Let's talk. No judgment. Let's talk. And now that person sees that you care for them as an individual, not as a number, not as a dollar sign, and you're not taking advantage of that person. Because you can take advantage of your mate without even knowing. So you have to be very cognizant of what you do, how you do it, what you say, because we are always under the microscope. Now, some people say that's not right. You listen, you're always under the microscope, whether it's your mate, your co-worker, in the street. You walk outside with your chest up, they'll be like, oh, what did I do to you? So you must be aware of your whole persona, because you're sending out signals that you don't even know that you're sending out.
We just had a whole couples therapy session.
Yeah, this was not an interview. This was therapy. All of you that are looking for someone, now you know what to look for. All of you that are in relationships, there's probably a lot of divorces right now because of you. They're like, we're not like that, babe.
But let me just say this though, is that right? We are not perfect.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled. Okay. No. If you know me, you know. But you must be able to speak what's on your mind in kindness and gentleness.
It seems like you both have a real good, no matter whether it's jokeful or serious, you guys have real good communication. This all comes down to, everything I've seen comes down to maybe the first three things you mentioned: communication, respect, and love. And with those three things, you can pretty much make not only your marriage, but being a power couple work. Yeah. Oh, Takira said this is good. You got a thumbs up from Mama Bear. There you go.
Thank you.
Like that it starts with yourself. Like, you mentioned, be honest, that your husband, he's secure in his manhood. A lot of people, they get into relationships and they're looking for the other person to make up something that's missing from them, but you can't do that because you're going into a losing or failing situation. You have to know yourself. You have to know how to be content with what you have without that person. And when y'all come together, y'all be happy together.
Now come on now.
I'm waiting on my Boaz. Okay, ready for
She's tired of broke ass, and she's tired of beat that ass. She wants Boaz.
What you just said is so true.
Wait, there's a clip I'm about to send you after this. You want your Boaz, not Bozo. Okay.
Right. So what you just said is, and now there's a lot of people say this, and depending on who I'm talking to, I really have to question them. It's just like, you complete me.
Lies.
You're my everything. No. I don't want to ever complete somebody, because that means there's something wrong with you. Because if I don't complete you, now you're always going to feel like you are lacking something. Right? Because you have to know who you are so I can deal with you. If you don't know who you are, then how can I deal with you?
It's like they say, you make me happy.
When who you really are, because that self-evaluation is important. Stop lying to yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Stop pretending.
Yes. And be honest with yourself. Also, if you're looking for a specific person, and whether this is a spouse, a mate, a business partner, write it down. This is what the pros, this is what I want, this is what I do not want. Why can't we go to God specifically, not generally, with what we want in every situation? I need a business partner who is consistent, who is persistent, who is not going to flake out on me, whatever it is, who has that hustle mentality, whatever it is, why not go specifically to God for what you want?
That's right.
So,
Yes.
and that's why I said earlier, business is like a marriage and marriage is like a business, because we have been in situations where we have business partners and it's not healthy.
Right.
And you have to let them go.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes.
And you know the saying, this is business, not personal. But some people go, personal is business. Mm-hmm. And that's when the lines get twisted.
Right.
And that's when you must set the ground rules, set the boundaries. Because if you set the boundaries, they're not going to come to you. Now, I use this example, and this is PG-13, but if somebody know that you don't drink, they're not going to offer you alcohol.
I might say.
but you know what I mean? Like, if they know your standards, they're not going to cross that line.
Right. Well, they may offer it once.
Well,
they may double check.
Yeah,
like, you still don't drink.
We'll keep doing it over and over.
They may test you.
Right.
You follow me? It's like a perfect business. Hey, I got this deal, and it's $10,000. We're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna scratch yourself. Okay, why are you offering me this? Who are you? Right? How did you get my name? Why are you offering this money? What do you want? Because nobody's gonna offer you $10,000 for nothing.
Right.
Unless that's what you're worth.
No, free is not free.
Free is not free. It's never free.
Free is not free.
It's gonna cost you something.
It's always gonna cost you something. Time.
Yes. And you can't take everybody's money, and you can't bring everybody into your business. You will not take every customer.
That's right.
Just like you don't invite everybody to your home.
And that's a fact for real.
Right? And then if I may go a step further, nowadays, if I take you out, I'm expecting dessert.
What you on tonight?
August, I love you, August.
Hold on. Did I go over the top?
Yeah.
They got it. So
we got it.
They got it.
We clear.
Crystal.
Suppose I don't like dessert. Oh well.
He wants his dessert, so.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing else. No questions.
I was gonna say, I love how all your answers and your conversation just kind of went through. We had more questions, but y'all addressed them, as you was answering other questions. So this went very well. That's why I said August is wildin'.
Listen, what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? Like,
and I love it. I love it. But I know you had mentioned your book. Make sure you tell the people where they can get your book. If you have a link.
Wait. Let them know about your book and where they can find you, because they don't know the Jacques like we do.
Well, true. So I write under my pseudonym JB Tremont. That's J is my middle initial, B for Bronx, Tremont. That's the street I grew up on. TREMONT. Excuse me. TREMONT.com. That's my business coaching site, but the books are on there. You can find it through Amazon, but the link brings you to Amazon as well. And
your business.
Same thing, business coaching. Everything's under JB.
What's the business coaching?
So,
it's happening.
I recently switched my business consulting to business coaching. This way I can reach more people. And so the jbtremont.com has all of that information on there, where I help entrepreneurs bring their business ideas to fruition and continue with their business development. So let me see. I see. Join the roundtable. I love that.
Right. So this is all part of promoting your spouse.
That's right.
Because when you promote your spouse, she makes money, then it's our money.
That's right.
Right? And the more money she makes, the more toys that I could buy.
And the more dessert you get to have. Got it.
That's
I can
right.
take some of that money and put it into my company, so now I can make money for us.
And what company is that? Could you tell us now, Mr. August?
Well, listen, as you know, some people don't know, I do have my insurance agency where I help people protect themselves, but mostly it's more education. I believe that everyone should be educated in the financial arena. You must protect yourself. Life insurance, trust, against probate, because unfortunately, our kind that have a darker suntan, we don't believe that we should know these things. So,
What's the name of your business?
ATC Financial Services, right? And if you don't know who I am, I'm August Jacques. I'm on Facebook. It's AUGUSTEJACQUES. And
What is more money for Gigi?
That's our granddaughter. Yes.
I figured that.
Absolutely.
so, as you can see, the money that we make, it goes into a circle, and everybody's benefiting from it, right? But
Generations down.
right. But I like to say truly before we get off, I want to thank Leo and I want to thank Sandra for really giving us the opportunity to share with you. They've been great. We know them personally. We know them together. I've been on the RoundTable before. It's awesome. So thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yes.
Thank you guys for being so
Thank
open.
you. We really want to be honest. We had enough of you.
It's okay. Listen. We are a package.
And I love it. I wouldn't have one without the other. Y'all are awesome. And we'll definitely get y'all up here, at another time, talk about something else interesting, because y'all are just
to
full
hear
of
them
knowledge.
talk about their business ventures, Sonia. They got like the business that they have together. It's crazy, and we can really dig deep.
We got to get more into that. Definitely.
Well,
She said, let me be clear. Our money equals Kara, August, and Viannis's money. Okay.
so
In
Kara,
that order.
That's our daughter.
That's our daughter.
I know.
Yes.
I thought you had 5 kids.
Correct.
I thought you had 5 kids. How do we only see one? That keeps talking.
The other ones are either working or they're gonna watch the replay. But we love all our kids. We try to, they're awesome. Each one of them have their gifts, right? So we like to, most and foremost, set an example, because we believe that they're always watching, they're always looking. So we like to say that it doesn't matter what happens, failed marriages, failed businesses, you could always come back up. And we like to be that role model to say, listen, we are here. And It doesn't matter how many times you fall or you get knocked down, just get back up and don't be afraid to start over, keep on moving forward. And that's our motto. No matter what happens, we will make it. We have made it. Certain things have come true. The seeds are bearing fruit, but now it's our chance to bless other people, whether we help one person or 2, but at least, you give us the opportunity on this platform.
Would you like me to say closing words?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. Along those lines, where there's life, there's hope. The Bible says it's better to be a dead lion. It's better to be a live dog than a dead lion. So the money comes and goes. But if you are alive, as long as you have life, there is hope. So whether you be that live dog, you don't have to be the dead lion in this situation. Go live your life.
Well, this was great, guys. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming up here, sharing y'all lives and y'all personal business with us and the viewers. And again, y'all are welcome back anytime.
No problem.
I want to say hello, Kara, and congratulations on all the things I've missed. Baby, husband, wow! Congratulations. I had I was blessed to be interviewed by August to actually work with Kara. So I'm glad that she's actually watching and she's doing well. So Oh, look at you. Proud of you. Great session. Thank you. Thank you. Well, your father helped. You know, he's my older twin, as they say. But I'm going to say it was a great show. I love having you guys on. We really do want to have you on. I would say talking about business, there's something that you talked on one of our call. You know, people talk trust, but there's other things like a family. Oh, man.
Family office.
Family office. You
Yes.
need to break that down. Anybody watching this show that wants to know what happened?
That might not be free information. That might be something she's selling on her website.
Well, we can give you the appetizer.
He always does
Okay,
that.
okay.
August knows that. August knows all about desserts. He'll give you the dessert portion.
Listen, the appetizer is free, but the meal and the dessert will cost you money.
So I'm done with mine. Those are my last words. Our host is going to let us know her last words and when we're going to go. We'll be back next week. But go ahead. Go ahead.
And y'all make sure y'all subscribe. I think we're about 20 subscribers away from giving away our first cash prize. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all be safe and love on one another. Thank y'all for being up here tonight.
I'm not even going to say with love on one another. Bye. Let's end the